Thursday morning, Grenada, Carrico, PT, Martinique, the Eastern Caribbean, and the rest of the world. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's another thankful Thursday in the land of the living, May 27th, 2021. Thank you to those of you joining us on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20. Good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, and all the folks joining us on Party Grenada and Go to FET Facebook pages. It is a pleasure to have each and every one of you tuning in this morning. Thank you so much for starting your Thankful Thursday off with us here at the GBN. To all the viewers and listeners across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are, far north as Jamaica, far south as Guyana, far southwest as the ABC Islands, and far northeast as Barbados, all the islands in between, a spicy Grenadian 473 morning to each and every one of you. And those of you joining us internationally, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Bless up your whole selves. Let's get right into this morning's word of the day. Yay! I'm in a good mood this morning, as always, actually. I'm in an extra good mood this morning. Give all praises to the Most High. All right, let's start. Okay. Get it together, Blossom. Let's see what this morning's word of the day is. This morning's word of the day is palaver. Palaver. It's spelled P-A-L-A-V-E-R. It's pronounced palaver. It's a noun which means profuse and idle talk or chatter. Palaver comes from the Portuguese word which means talk or speech, and it's by way of the sailor's slang. Portuguese was commonly used as a trading language in the West African coast, and palaver came into English first in the sense of a parley or conference, typically between Europeans and the indigenous people of a region, especially in West Africa. It entered English in the early 18th century. Word of the day this morning, palaver, P-A-L-A-V-E-R, a noun which means profuse and idle talk or chatter. An example of the use of the word: all the while in the background, from cocktail palaver to prominent blogs, there were questions about the files of political appointees. Another example of the use of the word: spend enough time at Westminster and you will hear endless palaver about breeding and bloodlines, coat color, the correct angle for the shoulder and hip, formalities that serve as a justification for people being completely gonzo over their animals. That's the word of the day this morning, P-A-L-A-V-E-R, pronounced palaver, and it's a noun which means profuse and idle talk or chatter. Palaver, yapping, aka yapping, talking unnecessarily, just talking about nothing. That's palaver. All right, let's see what's the thought of today as we go about this beautiful Thursday. The thought of the day is: happiness starts with you, not with your relationship, not with your job, not with your money, but with you. Another thought that does not need much explanation. It's straight to the point. Happiness starts with you. If you're not happy personally and happy with yourself, then nothing else gonna make you happy. Nobody else gonna make you happy. They may make you smile. You may watch your $100 in your purse or spend that same $100 for a while, but you ain't gonna be happy for all the times. Happiness starts with you, not with your relationship, not with your job, not with your money, but with you. Love yourself, appreciate yourself, be happy with yourself, be proud of yourself, give yourself a pat on the back when you need to. Happiness starts with you. Cheer up, bless up all yourself, smile, just watch yourself in the mirror and just grin. Yes, I do it sometimes. Just grin and it cheers you up. It works for me anyway. Happiness starts with you. That's the thought of today. Keep that in mind, not just for today, but for the rest of your life. Happiness starts with you. Let's see what's celebrated today, May 27th, 2021. Today it is Cellophane Tape Day. I tell all everything has a day. Cellophane tape day, aka scotch tape, aka the see-through tape. Cellophane tape day. It could be a sticky situation on May 27th as we recognize cellophane tape day. Can you imagine where we would be without this invention? Wrapping presents will be slightly more difficult without it. Also known as invisible tape or scotch tape, this innovation can be found in almost every household and office. It was invented in 1930 by a man called Richard Drew, who created the tape from cellulose and originally called it cellulose tape. His career started at the 3 Million Company in 1920, where he developed a masking tape for the automotive industry in 1925. He later designed the cellophane, what we now know as cellophane tape day. It's Scotch tape. How we can celebrate Scotch tape day? I don't know, tape a present. Stick up something stick up a picture on the wall, something you've been putting off for a while that uses tape. I really don't know how to celebrate Scotch tape day, aka cellophane tape day. I'll think about it and get back to all it. But it's cellophane tape day. If you have a project or if you have a reason to use it, feel free to use it today, especially today on Scotch tape day, aka cellophane tape day. I really don't know how to tell all to celebrate, but celebrate. All right, information time. Mike, we're going to skip the one that you have. We're going to skip the thing that I sent in the email and just get into this part here to send some good luck, some well wishes, some positive thoughts for all our grade 6 students as they prepare to sit the CPEA today and tomorrow, God willing. It is a tough time to be doing such an important exam in the midst of a global health pandemic. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Like our clinical psychologist, Dr. Augustine Panchu, said yesterday, don't stress too much. You've done all that you can. Last minute cramming does not work. It does not help. Very little help last minute cramming. Just relax your mind. Make sure mommy and daddy give you a proper breakfast. Eat. Don't be too nervous that you cannot eat. Eat your breakfast, even if you don't want to, even if it doesn't have taste. Eat your breakfast. Make sure your belly full because you have a full day of concentration ahead of you. On behalf of all of us here at the GBN, and I'm sure all of our viewers and listeners, we wish all our CPEA students the best of luck today. You've done the work. It's now to put the pen to paper, the pencil to paper / pen to paper, and remember all that you've studied over the past 2 years. This has been a 2-year process and it comes together today and tomorrow, God willing, and I'm sure you will do your very best. So good luck to all our CPEA students today and tomorrow, God willing. Parents, ensure that your children have all that they need, whether it's sharpener, pencil, pen. I don't think they need paper, but just in case they might have to work out something, I don't know. Just ensure that they have what they need today. Give them all the love that you can. Don't pressure them. Just give them a nice kiss. Bye, Johnny. Bye, Susan. Okay, Susan. No, we don't name children Susan anymore. Bye, Tiffany. Who else? Stephanie. Rose. Just what's it again? Nevaeh. Just give them the well wishes. Jamal, Jeremy, Bradley, however you name your children, just give them a nice hug, a nice kiss. Good luck. Keep them in your thoughts and your prayers today. Thoughts and prayers work 100% of the time, so give them all your best wishes. And once again, all our CPEA students near and far across the Tri-Island, the best of luck today. All right, it is now 15 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Let's get ready for the morning edition of news. For those of you on the radio and those of you on our visual platforms, we bring you highlights of last evening's newscast. It's Good Morning Grenada, Classic GBN. We'll be right back.
Officials on Wednesday received a new batch of AstraZeneca vaccines, while the batch on hand, close to expiration, will be shipped to a neighboring country in need. Details in this report.
Grenada has now received its batch of the AstraZeneca vaccines from COVAX. Over 21,000 doses of the vaccine arrived in Grenada on Wednesday, which they hope will aid in their quest for Grenada to achieve herd immunity. Minister Steele was at the MBIA to receive the shipment.
And keep the momentum going. It means that we are able to meet our commitment to the population, which is to ensure that vaccines are available. Vaccines are readily available and accessible. We are one of few countries. Not every country has access to vaccines as yet. Grenada has been fortunate through the cooperation and assistance of Pan American Health Organization, WHO, and COVAX to have access to vaccines. While it is limited amounts and it is limited variety, it is still the right vaccine that can protect us. So we are glad to have received this additional shipment and look forward to individuals continuing to come forward to receive their vaccination.
What is likely to happen with those vaccines not utilized before the expiration date, which is the end of June?
We are seriously looking at our present uptake to determine the number of doses that we will administer by that expiry date. The excess that we are not able to administer, I've considered, yes, sending it to countries who have a better uptake and who can use them. And
vaccines are quite likely the most valuable liquid on earth right now. And while we do hope, and it is possible that we can use all of those vaccines between now and the expiration date of the end of June, it really would be regrettable, and it is not our intention to have them go to waste.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles also provided an update on Grenada's present standing re the COVID-19 cases.
Remain at 161 confirmed cases. At present, we have no active cases. There were no new cases the past weeks. I believe our last case was identified around 24th April. We have vaccinated over 17,000 persons with the first dose of the vaccine, the AstraZeneca. Just under 8,000, 7,919 persons who have received their second dose. So we have a total of 7,919 individuals who are fully vaccinated.
Fiona Anthony, country program specialist for the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, says the more persons vaccinated, the greater the chance of getting back to a normal life.
Very excited to be in this position today. When working through the COVAX facility, we've been able to provide the vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccines for Grenada, with the aim that would reach 20% of the vulnerable population, including healthcare workers. So I think it's a big achievement, and also what it does is basically makes more vaccines available to persons in Grenada to access and utilize.
2 weeks ago, health officials expressed grave concern about the lull in people coming forward to get vaccinated. However, they have seen an uptick in the last 10 days and are hoping that the trend continues. Christina John, GBN News.
Grenada is one of many countries not on the UK's green list of countries safe for travel. More in this report.
Minister Nicholas Steele says Grenada stands to lose economically from the UK's decision to not include Grenada on its green list. Countries are classified as green, amber and red, depending on their rates of coronavirus, a system referred to as the traffic light system. This pronouncement did not sit well with Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, who in a recent letter to the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson expressed deep disappointment that Grenada, which has one of the lowest rates of infection in the world, is not included. The PM was quoted in the Telegraph newspaper as saying they have not spared any resource in ensuring the island is safe and have implemented stringent and rigorous programs to control any spread of the virus. Health Minister Nicholas Steele was asked about the implications for Grenada's exclusion.
On that list where it's not as convenient for an individual to come to Grenada and then return to the UK, then it is not as appealing for an individual to come to Grenada to return to the UK. So particularly those who may be coming for vacation or so, and therefore they may avoid. So it would have a negative impact on our tourism industry as a whole and potential arrivals from the UK market. So that's why we are working on that discussion, and that's why we continue to encourage the population. If so, this is not the Ministry of Health giving ourselves its own classification. These are other countries that are saying the same thing that we are, that to be not fully vaccinated or to have a population not optimally vaccinated is a risk, not just a risk to that population, but a risk to individuals visiting that country as well. And that's
mandatory quarantine is in place for all people returning to the UK from countries on the amber and red list. This means that people arriving from amber list countries are required to quarantine for 10 days at home on their return. This is a legal requirement. All people returning from overseas travel must have a PCR test. An updated report on Wednesday states that Spanish, Greek, and some Caribbean islands could be added to the green list ahead of the first travel review system on June 7th. Transport Secretary Grant Sharp revealed that the UK will be assessing islands separately from their mainland countries. Grenada was listed among several destinations that could see a surge of Brits very soon. The UK Green List consists of countries and territories that are deemed safe enough for non-essential travel, and travellers will not need to quarantine on return to the UK. Christelina John, GBN News.
The regular way of life has been altered with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, impacting not only the living, but the dead. Tonight, our reporter Krista Campbell takes a look at one of the changes brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic.
For a moment, imagine COVID-19 robbing your chance to say a final goodbye to your friend and loved one. How would you feel about this predicament? Well, several individuals are heartbroken by the current COVID-19 regulations implemented by Death Care Services. St. Lucian Dennis Christoph was in great agony when he spoke with the press about the matter.
On the day of the burial, I can't even see my girlfriend for the last time. I don't care if people, if I have to go and see my girlfriend, I go and see my girlfriend. I can't see my girlfriend for the last time. I can't even give my girlfriend a kiss. My girlfriend was there for me. They said the day of the burial, we can't see the lady. They can't open the coffin, the lady in the body bag.
On the Beyond the Headlines program, Mrs. Suniti Maharaj Best, Managing Director of the Lloyd Best Institute, elaborated on the sealed casket issue. She specifically highlighted that it is a heart-wrenching situation for many.
The other horrible thing about this infectious disease is that when your loved one contracts it and goes into the hospital, it is the last time, if they die, that you're going to see them. You get a sealed casket that you can go to in a very small number to the funeral home. The state pays for the cremation and gives you the ashes. None of us want to have that experience. And that is what should tell you, do you want to be part of do you want anybody that yourself or your family or loved ones can actually contract this thing and die, and you never get the chance to hold their hand and see them, even in the hospital, to say a prayer with them.
Similarly, Mr. Julian Rogers, Managing Director of the Observer newspaper, shared sentiments with Mrs. Best. He conveyed that this saddening reality ought to be a wake-up call.
And I think the point I would make in reinforcing what you said, Suniti, is that the vaccine is intended to stop you from getting seriously ill and being hospitalized. I think when we look at the situation in India and the fact that their health services are overwhelmed, oxygen not available for a sufficient number of people, and people are dying in the street, inside the compound of the hospitals, etc. And literally, their families don't know that they've died. They're just gone. All these public fires, etc. That should be more than a wake-up call for many of us in our Caribbean.
More issues like this will be dissected in the next edition of the Beyond the Headlines. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
Former Ambassador at Large Warren Newfield has responded to the Prime Minister's scorching delivery with mild words. We get the latest on this development.
Warren Newfield in an exclusive with Investment Migration Insider, which is an online investment platform, has maintained the anti-business regime as the rationale for his resignation. In a written response, Newfield reiterated his claims that he witnessed the deterioration of conditions firsthand with arbitrary reversals of government's commitment to the Kimpton Corner Bay project. He also denied the allegations that his resignation was induced by an investigation into the Kimpton Corner Bay project. And I quote, "Our independent auditors recently provided the government with confirmation that all CBI funds that Corner Bay has collected have been used to develop the project and no developer fees have been paid out. The government's insinuation that CBI funds have been misused is false. We have submitted quarterly reports detailing all expenditures for 4 years that have never been disputed by CBI, and we have always cooperated fully with government's inquiries." End of quote. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell last Friday had pointed to Newfield's resignation having more to do with business activities in Grenada than his representation as an ambassador in Miami.
He says that we hounded down that we are being an investor in Grenada. So that's an anti-investor image that was created by our saying on national security asset of Grenada, the only electricity service in the country, must be in the hands of the authorities that can guide policies as far as energy and the development of the country as a whole. But he has a problem with this, he says, because it is owned by a foreign family in Miami who don't look like many of us here. And this is extremely insulting. And he also doesn't look like many of us here.
With words that pulled on racial divide in some quarters, Prime Minister Mitchell was adamant about who he won't have telling him what to do.
You got into this big public spot with the government today, almost in fact saying that the country must change. Imagine a white man coming and tell we must change the government of Grenada. Could you believe this character? If I was in the street, I'd say another word.
Newfield also refuted claims by the Prime Minister that he would have been relieved of his diplomatic status, noting that he had received no indication of such. I am Gerard Joseph, reporting for GBN News.
One family member of the late educator Jimmy Fraser says he is left with unanswered questions about the actual cause of Fraser's death. Details on this, Chrislina John reports.
Conflicting responses and 2 people now being investigated had GBN probing. Jimmy Fraser's body was discovered by a search party on April 10th at Diamond St. Mark, which left a community in shock. An autopsy was conducted, which, according to Superintendent of Police Vanny Cohen, revealed that Fraser's death was ruled an accident and that no investigation has been mounted. Members of the deceased family are in disbelief at the result and so requested a second autopsy be done.
We tried to get the relevant authorities to help us, but it's to us it seems like nobody wanted to give any help. So they got a second autopsy done to tell them exactly what happened. It was told to my uncles that it's not an accident. Okay. But as I stated to you earlier on, I didn't have much info on that one because I wasn't present for that one.
Jude Fraser, nephew of the deceased, says he is not pleased based on what he saw on the scene that evening the body was found.
Well, I wasn't pleased first and foremost because, as I stated to you earlier on, being on the search on the night, the position we found him, where he was found, I wasn't pleased with the fact that they was trying to say it was an accident because there was no blood around, blood stains on any branches or blood stain on any flowers, anything in the land. There was no evidence of the body, being dragged.
Our news desk also understands that 2 people are currently being investigated following the result of the second postmortem.
I have not opened a criminal investigation. What I can tell you is that a second postmortem was conducted. The family brought in their own pathologists and his findings were consistent with the first pathologist.
Fraser says he hopes some real conclusion can be reached on the actual cause of his uncle's death. Christelina John, GBN.
Public Relations Officer of the Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, says their expectation for payment at the end of May was dashed following a decision handed down by Labour Commissioner Cyrus Griffith.
What the Labour Commissioner recommended in the letter that we received on Monday 25th, which was yesterday, is that the situation is deadlocked, and therefore he's referring it to mediation to the Minister of Labour, and that would be Minister Peter David. We are adamant, we are pellucid that government can pay. Our workers are the ones who are collecting the taxes, who are compiling the revenue, the statistics, and they have all indicated to us that there is an ability by government to pay the 4% increases.
Ms. Hazard says they remain confident that government can afford to pay public officers their 4% salary increase.
Coming out of last week's meeting, Government of Grenada did place on the table, and we agreed before the Labour Commissioner, that the GNT will come back to unions on or before the end of June with a review, a fiscal review of the economy, with the performance of government's finances, and they will then proceed to indicate to unions a date within which the 4% would be paid.
She said public workers will remain vigilant and militant until their 4% increase is received. The 2021 CPEA exams are carded for Thursday 27th and Friday 28th, 2021. And as the nation's youth prepare to sit the exams to secure a placement in a secondary institution, tensions may be running high. Clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu has some advice.
As students prepare for the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment over the next 2 days, clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu spoke on the mental state of the grade 6 students all over the island as they contend for a placement in a secondary education institution of their choice. He assured parents and students that a level of anxiety about the unknown examination is expected and completely normal.
I want to let our students know that it is absolutely okay to feel a little nervous, to feel a little anxious, to ask yourself whether or not, am I prepared? Am I going to do well? It's okay. There is nothing wrong. You're not mentally ill. You are just experiencing what the body is about to enter. The physical body and the emotional body both are about to enter into a territory that is unknown, and you want the best results, and so that's what the anxiety is all about.
He had some reassurance for students and stressed the importance of a good night's sleep.
You are prepared for this. That's the reassurance that I want to give to you. And so tonight, stress less. Go to bed early. Get between 6 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Now, it's probably going to take some students a little while to fall asleep, even though their emotional state will be tired, because when you're studying, you get emotionally drained. But try to get some sleep.
Dr. Panchu said parents also have an important part to play in their child's ability to remain calm ahead of the exams, and should spend the evening leading up to the exams soothing and reassuring them.
If there is evidence of anxiety, soothing by a little distraction. And Blossom, it's okay at this 11th and a half hour to spend the evening not focusing on any preparation. I really do mean that.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
All the preparation has been done already. The students are okay. They are literally okay. 7 o'clock tonight, shut it down. Really, literally. Spend some time with the family. Joke around. Eat a good dinner. Take a shower. Prepare yourself to relax.
On Thursday 27th and Friday 28th May 2021, 1,906 students will sit the CPEA exams. Dr. Panchu was speaking on GBN's Good Morning Grenada program.
The Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, has postponed all upcoming examinations by 2 weeks after being engaged in regional consultations. The CSEC, CAPE, and CCSLC examinations, which were scheduled to commence on June 15th, were pushed back to Thursday, June 28th. CXC will administer CAPE, CSEC, and CCSLC examinations in their original format. That is, for CAPE and CSEC, papers 1 and 2 and paper 3, the school-based assessment SBA or paper 3 for private candidates, for CCSLC papers 1 and 2. Also, the deadline for candidates to register their intent to defer has been extended to May 31st, and SBA submissions have also been extended to June 30th. Wayne Wesley, CXC registrar, said at a media briefing on Wednesday that after careful deliberation and consideration of all the pertinent issues, the council, which is made up of the governments of the region, also agreed that the administration of all papers will be maintained. Results will be released in the last week in September to the first week in October, as previously communicated. And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Let's take a look around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. A soursop farmer of Hope St. Andrew says he was forced to take matters into his own hands Monday evening after an alleged robber was found on his property with a quantity of his produce. In his attempt to stop the culprit, he said he was attacked. He discharged several rounds from his licensed firearm, leaving the alleged robber nursing several wounds and presently warded at the General Hospital.
It's a lot of hard work, sacrifices, right? And you have to put in a lot of resources other than your labor to achieve something, right? And it's very heartbreaking when you put a crop down or expect to get a return from something, and when you go to harvest, there is nothing left.
Online audience give their opinions on the situation. Lynthia commented, "I stand with you, Mr. George. Enough is enough. I am having the same problem with these soursop thieves." Iva added, "Mr. George, I feel that loss. Too much pressure on farmers in that regard. I am not ignorant about the law and the justice of the country. However, in my view, when a situation like this happens, I don't see the need for police to waste time investigating. I am sure he would have made several reports and complaints to the police before. When the dude comes out of hospital, he should just be taken to the prison." Bev wrote, "Start back registering farmers, and everyone must produce receipts for purchases when they are selling. If they can't, charge them, because if the thieves don't get sale, they will stop." Trevor commented, "We back the farmers 100%. Another individual said, "Yeah man, good job. You all farmers does work too hard for people to just take advantage of you also. I hope all thieves learn from this. Should have aimed for his or her 2 hands." And Glenroy commented, "It's past time that the Ministry of Agriculture puts structures in place so that farmers can know that their farm is receiving respect too." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
To Tonight's ISO reporter is seeking the assistance of the public in locating his dog. Jojo was last seen at BBC Beach on Thursday, May 20th. His owner described him as a little playful black poodle. Anybody seeing Jojo is asked to contact Sean Peters on 414-7125. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Granville. Convenient, because we are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. Plumbing fixtures, cutting and grinding discs, PVC glue, drywall screws, and power saw blades. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. Those of you just joining us, happy to have you. Those of you who stuck with us, thanks for your patience. It is Thankful Thursday, which means it's also Talk the Things Thursday. That's right. Gonna give you a topic and you're gonna respectfully share your thoughts and opinions on the topic. Over the past few weeks, we've been taking sides, really, picking a side, and we're going to do the same thing this morning. But disclaimer before I give all of the topic. Be respectful. All right, here the topic. So it was last week. Today's Thursday. So last week, one of Grenada's members of the CBI program, an investor in the south of the island, made some comments in relation to Grenada/government. The investor's comment says government is anti-business. It has anti-business policies. Government's response is he taken in front before in front take him because an investigation was underway. So this morning we're more or less picking a side. Are you on the investor's side or saying that government has anti-business policies? Or are you on government side saying, no, we were doing what we're supposed to do? And this, hold on, more disclaimer, hold on. Because all it does get touchy and all it does get not nice. This morning is not about who you like and who you don't like, who side you're on. That is what it is. It's not who you like and who you don't like. That's not what it is. We're looking at the facts. Does government have anti-business policies according to the investor, or is government doing what it needs to and inquiring about the circumstances, and that's what it's supposed to do? Which side you're on? So we're picking a side. Investor, government. I don't want to pick a side. Investor, government, I do not want to participate and select a side that I would like to support. That's for the proper English people. So there we go. Landline number 435-2041. WhatsApp number 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. I started seeing more calls started to come in over the past few days on WhatsApp. Only letters and numbers we take in on the WhatsApp. You can also talk the things on Facebook and YouTube. Which side you're on? Investor, because Grenada has anti-business policies, or you're on government side because we need to inquire what's happening with the project, or you're not picking a side this morning. Again, it's not who you like, we just picking a side. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Good morning, Tanti. How you do?
Long time I haven't heard your voice.
Day, man.
We didn't talk for a while, so how are you doing? Everything is all right?
Everything is okay.
How is Mom?
Mommy is good.
Good to hear you.
All right, which side you on?
I don't know what side you're talking about. Tell me.
What, Tanti? Why doesn't be Tanti?
I listen to the I call you because I want to talk to you because I can't hear you and I can't see you these days.
Okay, so why you can't hear me or see me?
I see you somewhere when I look at the television, but I'm not hearing your voice. I can't get to talk.
You don't have the radio anymore?
Sometimes my phone down. It's the time I could talk to you. The phone was down. It wasn't working at all. So what's happening? I couldn't get to you at all. Then I had to get another phone so then I could get to talk to you.
Oh, okay. All right.
So let me call you this morning to tell you morning and to know that all is well with you.
All is well.
Take care of yourself and your health.
You too.
What we are talking about the government this morning.
This morning, one investor says government has anti-business policies, and government says no, it was just investigating what's happening with the project.
Well, I don't know. I can't be on the government side, the other side. I will be on the other side. Because the government is not helping people these days. You see, we need help from the government, and if we're not getting it from him, how could we stand up with him? He's the one to take care of the people's needs, and he's not there for the people who would be there for them. He's head of the country. He must look out for everyone. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad. We all are God's children, and we need help from someone. So if you put someone to govern the country, they must do it for everyone. Let the needies help. Help the needies. Help those who are in need. Look, now we have to go for medication. We're not getting in the health center. The government is not helping at all. We have to go buy it. One little medication is giving us for the eyes, and eyes is precious in our body. A little Timodal, when you go, we don't have. You have to go and buy it. Now, if you don't have money to spend on yourself, you're all gone. We have to look out for one another. The government is the one to do that. Look out for the citizens of the country, especially the children. Look out for them with their needs. And the teachers, look out for them because they are the ones taking care of the children's needs.
All right.
God bless you.
Have a good day, Tanti.
Take care.
Okay. You picking sides this morning. Are you on the investor's side that government has anti-business policies, or are you on government side saying, no, we were just investigating what was taking place with the project and the funds allocated for the project? Or are you not picking a side because you want no part? Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, my dear.
Morning, how you doing?
I'm pretty okay.
All right.
Now, we have a policy in Grenada that the businessman in Grenada. So he must have point at the time they would investigate him. So I won't side with the businessman no matter what in the street, because he's there for a reason. And he do what he's supposed to do with the government policies. In any case, tell time to go aloes and child. Aloes is very good for eyes and things. It's very good. Aloes. It's very good for eyes. You can do what the eye up and use aloes instead.
Okay.
Aloes is very good. In health book and things concern eyes, aloes is good for glaucoma and all too.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay. Which side are you on, or are you not picking a side at all? Two people. Somebody on WhatsApp simply says investor. Another person on WhatsApp says, I am on the investor's side. Which side are you on? Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Blossom.
Morning.
To your viewers and your listeners, I think the way the question is structured, it might be a little bit uncomfortable for people, but nonetheless, I think one of the things you can look at is patterns. Patterns. You saw the same thing happening with the tyrant and it was kicked out. You saw the same thing happening with WRB. I mean, it's a pattern. I mean, of course, this time we don't have the late period to defend the regime, because when the Taiwanese was thrown out unceremoniously, he said that they were disrespectful to the government. How this consistent pattern? Can we not see something is not right in this thing? And then I have an issue with the statement that the Prime Minister makes, because in Grenada we are reluctant to use the word black and white, even when we talk about history. There's a psychological thing I've noticed with people over there. Don't mention no race, don't mention. And here is a leader talking about white man, which to me is an attempt to incite, discord. The same thing they was doing on your radio, your entity. I had to take issue with it when they had that promo against Gwen Lex some years ago. Inciting. This is incitement. To me, we are in Rwanda or in this other place. We are in Rwanda. Where the Tutsi and the Hutus. We can't get those kind of things happening. We can't allow those things because you don't have your way. You're working on the people's emotion. No. That is unacceptable. That thing about white man, even though the guy was wrong or whatever, even if you don't use those kind of things as a leader, to me it's insulting to the integrity of any decent Grenadian.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Which side on the fence are you? The investor says government has anti-business policies. Government says that is not true. We were just investigating the project. Which side are you on? Or are you in the middle and you have no sides? You're not picking a side. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I ain't taking part in that confusion. When people complain about the wall in the road, they ain't get no answer. And why we didn't get information about we new citizens and what they're doing, let them battle that one for themselves. It smells personal to me. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. Your protocol was established with you and the others. Okay. I'm now establishing my protocol. How are you?
I'm good. Go right ahead.
No, personally, I don't have any biasness towards anybody. I look into things generally for the benefit of the world and directly us. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I tend to agree with the last caller by stating that this seemed to insinuate some sort of ill feeling against white people. And in fact, we depend on perhaps white people because nearly everything we have, we'll get it from white people. So if I were ruling, I wouldn't say the prime minister, but if I was a ruler, I would never talk about white. That shows that, to me, Every time somebody does something, you put the blame and talk about white people. Talk about what is not right to do. In fact, every one of you all talking about democratic rights and human rights, that was the man's right to say how he feels. Mr. Prime Minister, if I should say, should have had a more diplomatic way of not talking about white. He could have addressed this situation much better and leave out things about white people. In fact, maybe that could affect us. I said could. In the future with the white people giving us help. Because white people are giving us the vaccine.
So which side you on?
I'm a neutral side.
All right. Thank you. Okay, we're picking sides this morning. Let me see what is on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says, based on the lies and corruption associated with the Prime Minister, I would believe the investor. Another YouTuber says, I am on the government side. They can call us name, but we can't call them how we feel. Donald Trump could say what he wants, but Keith Mitchell cannot. Why? Let me see. Ian, the question is so structured so that the comments would not get too wayward. Let's put it that way. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
When a local person do something, they get in one strike. But this foreigner get 3 strikes before and if this foreigner didn't resign, he would have been there still with the government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me see what is on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says... Hold on there. Right, somebody on WhatsApp says... Yes, I'm on the investor's side. What's in the dark must come to light. Money from anywhere and anyhow he get it. Let me take another WhatsApper before I go back to the landline. Somebody on WhatsApp says the investor is right. What does government do or provide for local business people? Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you, miss.
Morning.
All right. I'm not on nobody's side, but I think that the Prime Minister used too much of strong words there, or inappropriate words there. There was no need for that piece of word, and even what the gentleman do wasn't the need for it neither. So I'm not on nobody's side, but I think there was not a reason for some of the things that the Prime Minister said and the gentleman himself. So both of them, in my opinion, was out of context.
That's a fair assessment. Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
All right. Let me go on Facebook. I don't see any. Somebody on Facebook says, long live the Grenadian Revolution and ting, the PM gots to go. Back on WhatsApp, somebody on WhatsApp says, I think the government should have an investigation on him before they allowed him to start his business. All right, back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Blossom. How are you doing, sister?
Morning, I'm good. How you do?
I'm blessed. Celebrating still yesterday was my birthday.
Well, happy belated birthday. Hope it was a good one.
Sweetheart. I want to say to us this morning concerning the topic, I want to remind us this man is a Grenadian, right? And he speaks like a Grenadian. And I want to also warn us, don't put all your mouth in lovers' business, because when they come back sweet again, all of us going under the bush. Have a good morning, darling.
You too. Don't put your mouth in lovers. Don't put your mouth in man and woman business. Oh, great. Back on WhatsApp, somebody says, I am intrigued that the government felt it necessary to respond to the resignation letter. To me, it would have died a natural death without the response. Point. Because no, the investor said what he said. The Prime Minister responded in Parliament on Friday, and I think it was yesterday the investor responded to the response. So maybe the cycle will continue. Good morning, caller.
Oh, good morning to you.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. How you do?
Quiet here. Have a good day.
You too.
Now, I would say you can't take side, but we have to remember history. And if we go way back to the slave days, and what happened to us as black people, we'll understand where both sides are coming from. Now, one wants to dominate and one is on the defense. Now, you know what pressure could do to a person. You know what pressure could do. Prime Minister or not, you know what pressure can do. When people get a certain amount of pressure, the brain tingles. It goes here, there, and everywhere. So those things will happen sometimes. The words just flow, and that's not what you meant to say. But I cannot take the side of the investors based on history of us. Yes, maybe the Prime Minister, what he said was not appropriate, but the amount of pressure that we, Grenada, and the small countries were under over the years, as it relates to us not getting the kind of support from the very grouping of people, not calling the color, the pressure comes to us. So I have to take the side of the government. I have to take the side of the Prime Minister. You know, that's my take on it.
Thank you very much. All right, have a good day yourself. Which side of the fence are you on? The investor says government has anti-business policies. Government says that is untrue. We were just investigating the project and the spending, the project's spending. Somebody on Facebook says, when our Prime Minister can say 3 strikes and you're out, like as in baseball, and didn't explain what the first and second strikes are, to which the third, I think the PM needs to come and explain that CBI baseball. He and the investor was playing by themselves and leaving we the Grenadian spectators out of the pavilion. I am on no one's side because when they were playing their Citizens Baseball Investment, aka CBI, I wasn't invited. CBI Citizens Baseball Citizens Baseball Investment. All you good at them. All your grand. Good morning, caller.
That's what happy this morning. Now in Uncle Gary time, the man deported him, put already back to where he come out. In Uncle Gary time, Uncle Gary deported him out of the country one time. He ain't seen the Grenada again with no business here. He go Uncle Gary put him on pause report and he gone.
Okay. Thank you very much. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says it was about the government. It was about the government, but it's about we the people. Or should it be it wasn't? Let me read it how it is. It was about the government, but it's about we the people. I can see people has woken up to the truth. It's time to correct them people that run in the world. Now it's time for judgment. No one escapes the almighty judgment. One part is about the family, we the people. Good morning, caller. Morning, Nenny. I can't hear you. Call me on the next phone.
Call you on the short line?
Yeah, because this phone giving trouble. I had to fix it, okay?
I call it. All right, I'll call you on the short line.
Okay. All right. Fix it, Nenny. Fix it. I want to hear from you. Fix it. Back by the landline. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How you do?
I'm good. I am on the investor side 100%. Keith Mitchell is too greedy for money. Can't get more money, so he's making confusion. That's Samuel Lehman. Have a good day.
Thank you. You enjoy your day as well. Somebody on WhatsApp says, no side. That was a racial comment by the Prime Minister. Right is right and wrong is wrong. We should be careful with our words. Grenadians should have passed this color thing a long time ago. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Two things I have to say. What surprised me is how this man rebut to a white man. The white man didn't come in his own. He's coming as a result of NMP and Keith Mitchell. And then the next thing, lady, why you don't tackle DRE and Crowden too? These men must see something inside is not right. Why they resign? Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Okay. Thank you very much, caller. Let me go back let me see what's on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says the investor wanted to do his own thing. He didn't have his way. YouTube, okay, no new comments on YouTube. Back on the app. Somebody on WhatsApp simply says, I'm in the middle. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, we don't like people to be racist towards us, but we've been racist towards them. That's what the Prime Minister did. It is not right. they were in bed together when he was taking the money. When they was taking the money, but no, he's a white man. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. You have yourself an enjoyable one as well. Back on the app, somebody on WhatsApp says he is forsaking our local agriculture for white people money. This is the end result. Is there a limit to citizenship? They should have stated that in their policy. Is he allowed to vote or not? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How you do?
I'm okay, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, the three last cardboard say, cardboard talk about it. Van Brick hit him alas, Mila hit him alas, Lisa Wang and him hit him alas, and this one hit him and next one again. So that is about six last he get in. So what he must do, these investors and them, keep them off. Because the investors come in here, can say they come in and invest hotel and this and that, and they don't invest in the money they take in Grenada money and go and leave Grenada poor. Plus, Grenada are going down well, you know. We're on the wrong side. And the wrong side to go to heaven. So, what I want to tell Cuthbert, instead of he stopping there and taking the punishment and the leap, he is time to resign. Time to resign, Cuthbert. Have a nice day, darling.
Okay, you have a good one as well. Fix the phone line too. I hear some static, a shwaka as we used to say. Let me read this comment on Facebook. The Cubans even give people name a man way. Stop. The Cubans even give people name a man way do nothing for the country, want to come and just sell out. We should sell him. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Doctor.
Morning.
Yes, enough is enough. Our Prime Minister putting us to the wall. Shame. Too much time, and we're stooping under that. He don't only putting himself to shame, you're putting we Grenadians to shame. Right? And that is time that stop. Now look at that, what they do with the teachers. That's a big embarrassment. And now he's continue embarrassing people after he inviting investment, right? Inviting people to come and invest in Grenada. Then you're embarrassing them after you go your way. You can't do them thing. Okay? I'm not happy about that. And some parents calling and they're doing this about teachers. Come on. A lot of parents cannot control their children in house. Sorry if I strain a little, but let me just get to a little point. They cannot control their children in the house. They cannot talk to them. But the teachers have 42, 32, 35 children in a class. And they have to cooperate with the children and them head-hardened children like us. Okay? And we know that. But we're still siding with our Prime Minister because we are NNP. This thing needs to stop. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Too much of disrespect to the nation. We put him there. We're supposed to take him out there. Use our head, not only to wear a heart. Word for the wise. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. All right, let's go to a quick break and then we're going to come back inside with some more Talk to Things Thursday here on Good Morning Grenada, GBN and Classic. We'll be right back.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Bruv. Hello? I can't see you. What's good? But I can't even hear you. Yo. Hello? Hello? Ah.
Okay, I see. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
State-of-the-art Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Now, for electrical safety. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 14 and a half minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's get right back into Talk the Things Thursday. This morning, once again, we're picking a side over the past week and a little bit of days. Yes, a week and some days. There has been a back and forth between government and an investor. One investor in the south of the island said government has anti-business policies. Government has responded saying that is untrue. What has been happening? They've been investigating the project and how funds are being spent in the project. This morning we're picking sides. Are you on the investor side that government has anti-business policies, or are you on government side that they should inquire or investigate matters concerning the CBI projects? Or are you on no side because you ain't taking part? That's a colloquial term. Let me go. Landline once again, 435-2041. WhatsApp, it's also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp, and you can post your comments, questions, queries, concerns, or share your thoughts on Facebook and YouTube. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is why we need Uncle Tilly or Nazimbok back to calm down things in Grenada. There is something in the mortar, more in the mortar besides the pesa.
All right, thank you very much. Somebody on YouTube says, John Cena, can't see me. John Cena had to apologize for calling Taiwan a country when China sees them as their property. The same Taiwan we left for China, the same China that commits... commits violations. We're so selective when it comes to money. Trying to get me in trouble. Don't try to trick me. Somebody on WhatsApp says it will be better if ordinary people knew more about government's business policy. I think we will get better views, but so far, it's we going. Another WhatsApper. Remember the comments about the airport by another investor? The Prime Minister's response to that was, the man is entitled to his opinion. Now another investor calls us into question, and just compare the reaction. Ooh, get it, WhatsApper. Good morning, caller. Good.
Pleasant morning to you. Pleasant morning to you.
Morning, Nenny. I'm hearing you much better now.
Yeah, well, I'm on the short line.
Lovely. So tell me, what you think?
Yes. Well, Sister Blossom, I have no side, you know. The only side I have is on Jesus. We have to lean on.
Amen.
Yes, and I'd call again to thank the people that support me on Saturday.
Okay, good.
Yes, and I want to tell them I have much better things again. I have clothes for graduation.
All right. So
children clothing.
Okay.
So
all right.
Please God around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Thank you, Nenny.
Yes, you have a blessed day.
All right. You too. All right. Let me see what is on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says he knew he was white before. Another Facebooker says the Prime Minister only realized the man color after their nasty breakup. Shame. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How you do?
Not too bad. I'm watching you.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, this investor is no big thing strange with us, because remember, Manhattan, when Manhattan disappeared, the investor was from the investor name couldn't call, right? And he was from Del Shaza, right? And he go with all the money, and the public we had to give him money, we can get the land free, and he still get a wash and money to go with, and he go towing all over the place, and Manhattan sell full time. So what is the difference is what that one now? Why he talking about he get 3 baht? He should check what the chicken families want to do. So he must check himself. He overdoing it. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Enjoy yours as well. Let me read some comments on WhatsApp. Somebody says, all over the world, people resign to avoid shame. In this case, if we listened closely to the statements and utterances on both sides, I believe the investor crossed a line. I am on the government's side. Another WhatsApper, I wonder what's that street where the Prime Minister would have used to describe the same white man? I wonder that myself. Another WhatsApper, how can you take a side if you are not aware of the facts? Okay, fair enough. Another WhatsApper, the investor didn't walk with his briefcase of money. And final WhatsApper before I go to the line maybe, I'm not siding with any foreigner who want to take all we money and leave us broken. All right, no landline. Let me go on WhatsApp. No WhatsApp. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, the Prime Minister doing roadside politics. He just hears something and just want to talk. 3 strikes? Well, I find him get more than 3. He should move from there already. All right, and another WhatsApp, tell Stone he gots to go. Lord. Another Facebooker, we need to start investing in infrastructure for ourselves and not depend wholly on foreign investment. While foreign investment can be beneficial, there needs to be a balance. Agreed. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
I want to side with most of the callers this morning in terms of the relevance in siding, because a lot of the information we don't know. However,
sorry, caller, just turn on the volume on either the radio or the television.
Sorry for that.
That's okay, That's okay. Go ahead.
It's unfortunate that the comments that was made by the Prime Minister, and you have some people support. The essence of the conversation of the fallout of whatever is one matter, but the response of the Prime Minister in the Parliament is what is at question here. Racial statements was made in the Parliament of Grenada. And I cannot understand how right-thinking minded Grenadians could be siding with the statement that was made. it is very unfortunate as we as a people, at this stage of our independence, can be siding with the Prime Minister of the country for making racial statements in the Parliament. Very unfortunate. Thank you and have a good morning.
Thank you. You enjoy yours as well. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says the investor was white when given a Grenadian passport and citizenship, so therefore color has nothing to do with it. Another WhatsApper. The Prime Minister was born in a time when television was black and white. We're living in colored world now. That is why we need a young leader. Another WhatsApper. I think the Prime Minister has reached his limits. Stage 4 senility. Senility. How to pronounce that word again? Like senile. Senility. One of them. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Blossom. Are you hearing me clear?
I'm hearing you, Mr. Bido. How you do?
Well, at the easy, I'm calling you to my magic line because what really happened now, me long line breakdown.
Oh, well, thank goodness for backup. There we go.
All right, let me go. I'll go on the investor side. Are you getting now feedback?
No, I'm not.
All right, okay. But I'm getting it on my end.
Oh.
Yes, so I will go on the investor side because the investor comes to left for people live and get food to really eat. Then when we going against the investor day because they know where the money coming out, right? Every month. So let me leave it there right now until next time. God bless.
Have a good day, Mr. Bido. All right, let me see if I could read some more comments. We're just starting to wind down. We have 3 more minutes. So let me see. Somebody on. Can you please play Wizards Tell Story? Hold on. If I say I don't like all that, I tell fibs. All right, back on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says there are 3 sides to a story: yours, mine, and the truth. As I read this, I saw on, where was it, boy? I saw somebody said there are 5 sides to a story. Was it on Facebook, Lars? Hold on, I need to scroll. Let me take this caller and then I'll scroll to make sure, because I need to make sure what I read. Yes, let me take this caller. Good morning, caller. Good morning. Okay, that one panic, man. No, don't panic. Yes, on Facebook. Somebody said there are 5 sides to a story. What are the 5 sides? Because to me, I know 3. My side, your side, and the truth. So, what are the other 2? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom. I thought I had to come back. But listen this. First of all, we need to understand that the gentleman is also now a Grenadian citizen. He's not just an investor. So we have to either decide whether we have the different classes of citizens. And we could attack citizens because it's for us. Secondly, somebody mentioned, one of your callers mentioned, we're not considering the fact that other people have resigned, like people like Mr. Senator Dial. We have to put all of those things into context and try to make sense. But again, I'm saying, this is a pattern, and if you go over the years, you'll see anytime somebody doesn't come in line with the leader of the country, they're given a name.
Okay.
In this case, they're given the name White. Anyway, it's a sad thing for Grenada. Sad.
Thank you very much. Back on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I am on no one side because our Prime Minister only bring his dirty laundry when things went sour between him and on the social white man, according to the Prime Minister. It was the Prime Minister who made the white man and made him ambassador in Miami. Question, how many of us Grenadians knew about that white man? And that's the problem we have in Grenada under this regime. No transparency, but when someone pinches the nerves of the PM, he always gets into Parliament and call them names once you oppose him. It's time Grenadians get serious and realize a Prime Minister has been tired and time to give it up because he's always angry and edgy in every Parliament sitting. It's time to wind down. Let me read the final comments on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says the billionaire gets claps, the millionaires get cursed in Parliament. And close it off with this comment on Facebook. Cuthbert time has expired politically. He is doing more damage to the country than good. All right. That's where we're going to end Talk the Things Thursday today. Thank you so much for participating. There are comments on the social media like WhatsApp. I would get to them for tomorrow, God willing. Remember, on To The Point, it's open line Friday on To The Point. So I will see how many more of those comments I can get to, because I know everybody would like to share their thoughts and have them heard. So I will try my best to share them tomorrow. Please allow you To The Point's open line program. In the meantime, wishing you all a blessed and thankful Thursday. We're getting ready to join the BBC for its 8 a.m. newscast. Continue to be safe, continue to be good, continue to observe the COVID-19 protocols. And those of you who are still thinking about getting your AstraZeneca or your COVID-19 jabs, Grenada received its latest batch. So those vaccines that are expiring next month, God willing, we still have some, so that the people who've gotten their first can still get their second. So rest assured, you can still get your second dose. Enjoy the rest of your Thankful Thursday, everybody. Bye-bye.